my own city in Antwerp. Islam is like a cuckoo who loves parties. The socialist parties in particular have numerous Muslim candidates as they hope to win the votes of the Muslim. Research in the Netherlands and in Belgium showed that about 80% of the Muslim votes for the socialist parties. This leads to a complete blending of interests between socialism and Islam. We call it Islamo-socialism. Friends were so widespread that the Jewish French philosopher Alain Finkielkraut described them as, quote, an insurrection of an ethnic religious nature, unquote. Muslim rioters went on a campaign through the towns of France, burning almost 9,000 cars and buses, as well as government buildings like police stations and other buildings. They fought battles with the riot police. It was a sort of civil war, an ethnical and religious civil war on the ground of France. Many of France and Europe's cities contain zones where the state or the police have lost all authority. Dear friends, Islam is a primitive religion. European rules and values and way of life are superior to it. But there is a real danger that the combined demographic development and the rise of radical Islam may lead to the Islamization of Europe and lead Europe back to the Dark Ages. Last April, Libya's dictator Muammar Gaddafi told Al Jazeera, quote, "We have 50 million Muslims in Europe. They are a sign that Allah will give Islam victory over Europe. Without swords, without cannons, without conquest. Will turn Europe Muslim within a few decades. Allah is mobilizing Muslim Turkey to add that to Europe, to the European Union. That is in addition of 50 million more Muslims. Then there will be about 100 million Muslims in Europe," unquote. Dear friends, in 2005, it was Batior, an Egyptian Jewish scholar specializing in the history of non-Muslims in the Middle East, published a book called Eurabia, the Euro-Arab Axis. Her term, Arabia, refers to the European policy driven by France to form a coalition with the Arab countries so as to increase Europe's power versus the United States. Now the term has come to denote the amalgamation of Europe and the Muslim world with the process of Islamization in Europe. Dear friends, it was Bernard Lewis, formerly a professor of Middle Eastern Studies at the University of Princeton and author of many books on Islam and the Middle East, predicts, and I quote, "Europe will be a part of the Arab West of the Maghreb. Migration and demographic points in the direction Europeans mutilate and have no or few children. But there is also a high rate of immigration. Turks in Germany, Arabs in France and Pakistanis in England. They are young and have many children. Current trends indicates that Europe's population will include a Muslim majority by the end of this century at latest," unquote. The Vlaams Belang opposes the Islamization of Europe and in particular of our country, Flanders. Who or what is the Vlaams Belang? Frank Vanhecke will tell you more about this in a minute, but basically we stand for three major things. Firstly, we are a Flemish separatist and secessionist party. We want Flanders, the Dutch-speaking part of Belgium, to become an independent nation because we believe that Flemish independence constitutes the best guarantee for the prosperity and the future of the Flemish people. Secondly, We defend traditional values. We regard the family as the cornerstone of society. Europe's problems result from its demographic decline. Without strong families and sound moral principles, we will not be able to turn the tide. Our party has always opposed abortion and aberrations such as gay marriages. Indeed, we are the only party